In one of the most bizarre and headline-grabbing moments in the history of The Voice, what fans believed was a soul-stirring live performance by Kelly Clarkson has now been confirmed to be not real. In fact, it wasn't even Kelly Clarkson. As the news ripples through social media and media outlets, NBC executives, AI experts, and even Clarkson herself have stepped forward to explain the how and why of a moment that left millions in awe. And now, in disbelief. What was supposed to be a triumphant return to the stage turned into a digital magic trick, and not everyone is applauding. A performance that fooled millions. It happened during the semifinal episode of The Voice, Season 28. The lights dimmed. The crowd roared. And then, from the glowing haze of purple and gold stage lights, Kelly Clarkson appeared. Or so we thought. Dressed in a sparkling silver gown, she launched into a hauntingly beautiful rendition of Adele's Love in the Dark. Fans erupted in praise on social media. Judges stood for an ovation. The hashtags #KellyIsQueen and #VoiceHistory began trending within minutes. But something was off. Not immediately, in fact, it took days, but eventually trained eyes and ears began to notice subtle oddities. Lip movements that didn't quite match the vocals. Lighting that cast no shadow. Expressions that seemed almost too perfect. Whispers of AI tampering began to circulate. Then came the bombshell. NBC's shocking admission. On Monday morning, an official statement from NBC confirmed what many feared: the performance was a digital fabrication. It was created using hyper-realistic AI rendering and deepfake technology. Due to a scheduling conflict, Kelly Clarkson was unable to appear live during the May 27th broadcast of The Voice. The statement read, "With her blessing and creative direction, we utilize cutting-edge virtual performance technology to maintain the quality and continuity of the show." Translation: it wasn't her. It was an AI-powered deepfake, complete with synthesized vocals trained on her past performances and visuals generated by motion capture data and previous footage. Clarkson did not sing live. She didn't even record the performance in advance. Kelly speaks out. The backlash was immediate. Fans felt betrayed. "It's not just about missing a performance. We were emotionally manipulated," wrote one user on X, formerly Twitter. Others questioned whether they could trust future performances on The Voice or on live television at all. Clarkson took to Instagram Live to address the controversy. "First off, I love y'all. I would never intentionally mislead my fans," she said. "I had a family emergency that pulled me away last minute. The producers proposed a digital performance so the audience wouldn't be disappointed. I gave my okay, but I didn't think it would go this far. I should have told you. I own that." She appeared visibly emotional, reiterating that she was unaware of just how realistic the final product would be. "I watched it after it aired, and even I was freaked out," she admitted. The technology behind the trick. So how exactly was the faux Clarkson created? NBC reportedly partnered with a Los Angeles-based tech company called Novapulse Studios, known for their work in virtual concerts and digital doubles in films. The process involved synthesized vocals. Using AI trained on over 200 hours of Clarkson's past performances and studio recordings, they created a vocal track nearly indistinguishable from the real thing. Facial mapping and motion capture. A professional stand-in performed the gestures and facial movements, which were then overlaid with Clarkson's digital likeness. Real-time rendering. The final performance was rendered using Unreal Engine 5, the same software used in blockbuster video games and cinematic productions. While the tech has been used before in concerts featuring digital avatars like ABBA's Voyage, this is the first known instance of a mainstream talent competition using it without prior disclosure. A slippery slope for live entertainment. The implications are staggering. In televised singing competitions, built on authenticity and raw talent, survive if even performances can be artificially constructed? If fans can't trust what they're watching, does the entire genre lose credibility? Media ethics professor Dr. Lena Arroyo of UCLA weighed in, "There's a difference between artistic enhancement and deception. This crossed that line. While AI in entertainment isn't inherently bad, it must be disclosed, especially when real people's likenesses and voices are involved." She points to a growing cultural anxiety around deepfakes, noting how the line between real and synthetic is becoming dangerously blurry. legal gray zones, and the future of consent. Interestingly, NBC is currently not in legal jeopardy, at least not yet. Clarkson had given consent for the use of her digital likeness. But the situation raises thorny questions about ownership and control. Could a network eventually air performances of a singer who's no longer alive? What about inserting a celebrity into shows or ads they never agreed to? Clarkson's team confirmed that no part of the performance was reused from older footage, and that she retained full ownership of her AI-generated voice. Still, the debate is only beginning. Industry insiders warn that if such technology becomes normalized, artists may need to draft new kinds of contracts that specify how their digital likenesses can or can't be used. Fans react, divide, and dismay. Fan reaction remains split. Some feel betrayed. Greater than I cried during that song, thinking she was there, singing live. That connection is broken now, wrote a Reddit user in a now viral thread. Others defended Clarkson's choice, citing the emergency and her consistent transparency afterward. Greater than, she didn't lie. The show did. Callie's still a queen, another fan counted. A third camp expressed concern over where this is headed. If AI can sing better than humans and look more flawless, where does it stop? Will there be entire seasons of The Voice one day where no one is real? NBC's next move. NBC has promised to implement stricter transparency policies going forward. We are currently revising our production guidelines to ensure any use of virtual performance technology is fully disclosed in future broadcasts, said The Voice executive producer Mark Richardson in a press briefing. There is also talk of a making of segment to explain how the AI performance came together, in an effort to turn a PR nightmare into an educational moment. Clarkson, meanwhile, has promised to return to The Voice in person for the finale next week, this time live with no holograms, no AI, just real vocals and real heart. The bigger picture, art versus illusion. As the dust settles, the scandal is likely to remain a cautionary tale for a rapidly evolving entertainment industry. Just because technology can recreate a person doesn't mean it should, especially without clear consent and full transparency. What The Voice learned the hard way is something fans have known all along: authenticity matters. Music, at its core, is about connection, about one soul reaching another, unfiltered. A pixel-perfect performance might be technically flawless, but sometimes it's the cracks in the voice, the trembling hands, the imperfect humanity that makes it unforgettable. Word count, ~1210. Let me know if you want to adjust the tone, add fictional elements, or turn this into a video script or podcast narration. NBC has promised to implement stricter transparency policies going forward. We are currently revising our production guidelines to ensure any use of virtual performance technology is fully disclosed in future broadcasts, said The Voice executive producer Mark Richardson in a press briefing. There is also talk of a making of segment to explain how the AI performance came together, in an effort to turn a PR nightmare into an educational moment. Clarkson, meanwhile, has promised to return to The Voice in person for the finale next week, this time live with no holograms, no AI, just real vocals and real heart. The bigger picture, art versus illusion.